Hello everybody, David Shuster here. As the Trump administration ramps up migrant deportations, mass federal agents have swept in and are now arresting people in Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. The vacation islands off the coast of Massachusetts are popular with elite Democrats, which may explain the focus. In any case, residents are pushing back by filming the feds, which has prompted local police to get involved.
They were just telling me that you were following them.
Yeah, I'm following them.
All right, that's fine.
I'll continue to follow them.
That's fine. As far as RN goes for local PD, obviously filming, you got your First Amendment right.
10-4.
Following them, you're on a public way.
10-4.
That's not against the law as long as you
Gotcha.
obey all traffic violations, traffic infractions, stuff like that.
10-4.
They're just concerned that you may be impeding with their job. That's all.
No, as long as I'm on the public roadway or on the public access, then
No, of course.
I don't think I'm impeding with them, and we got to do what we got to do.
No, of course.
You, them, and me.
Yep,
So,
they do have a job too, so they just
Yeah,
don't want to impede with their job. And again, by following them, you're in a public way. You can
I get it, man. That's why I'm here.
That's something we're concerned about. But
Yeah.
Kudos to the local Martha's Vineyard police officer for recognizing constitutional rights and staying calm. Also, respect to the person filming for knowing his First Amendment freedoms. Those freedoms include verbally insulting a federal agent, which the courts have held is protected speech. First, though, the resident reminded the FBI of their legal obligations.
So traffic laws would go for these guys as well. You can't drive down South Road or North Road. Do you know which road is South Road? Do you know which road North Road is? No, because you're not from here, you goon. In any event, the speed limit is not 15 miles an hour the whole way. It's not 20 miles an hour. It's 40 miles an hour. All right? So try to keep that in mind and obey the laws that we have here as I do.
Okay. Wait.
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm enraged at your mask wearing ass.
Okay.
That's why I'm shaking.
So, sir, I'll have a conversation with you. You talk. Let me have a conversation. So that's fine. Do what you got to do. Record all that stuff. But here's your official warning. Okay, we have the FBI with us. If you impede in any way, shape, or form, you are going to be arrested and taken into federal custody.
Thank you. Here's your official warning. If you trespass against my rights, I will not comply with you. I will not resist with you.
Okay.
I will take offensive with you.
Okay.
That's your warning.
Okay.
I know what my rights are, and if you break them, be forewarned that I will do what I need to do to protect myself.
Okay.
Okay? Good.
Have a good one.
Why do you wear the mask? Why can't you answer that question? Huh? I mean, I don't understand why you don't answer the question. Dude.
The federal agents never answered why they are covering their faces. The Department of Justice says it's because some of the agents fear they could face personal reprisals. Well, the operations are certainly controversial, and polls show that most of the American public opposes the way these deportations are being handled, even though stopping migration does have majority public support. In recent days, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem reportedly told immigration officials to supercharge immigrant arrests. According to Axios, the Trump deputies want to triple the number of arrests being made. It's not clear how targeting Massachusetts vacation communities will help because while there are some migrant workers involved there in manual labor, the numbers are not what one would find in agricultural areas or food processing communities. But the message seems clear, and the irritation of Democrats is off the charts. The governor of Massachusetts called the raids alarming and said federal law enforcement have provided no information and no guidance to state and local authorities. The governor said there are real questions about whether ICE and FBI agents are following due process while ripping people away. A few weeks ago, in the very same state, the airwaves were filled with a story about the aggressiveness and ruthlessness of ICE agents during a traffic stop. Staying in Massachusetts, a few weeks ago, a New Bedford cell phone video shows a U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement officer using a large hammer to smash the window of a couple's car during an arrest. Mary Lou Mendez said the agents detained her husband, Juan, but repeatedly called him Antonio in an apparent case of mistaken identity. The couple were on the phone with their immigration attorney who advised them to stay in the car. Juan Mendez is an undocumented immigrant who was in the process of changing his immigration status. His wife, Marilu, is in the United States under asylum. For many immigrants, including those with their papers in order, these are terrifying times in the United States. And adding to the fears of what federal agents may do, the Trump rhetoric has inflamed acts of racism. Members of MAGA who have bought into Donald Trump's unhinged rhetoric have been recorded stalking and yelling at immigrants in their own yards while playing Latino music and displaying a Mexican flag. For a lot of people, everything is challenging, and while there have always been racists and morons in our midst, the Trump White House seems to have emboldened some of our fellow Americans' worst impulses. Thankfully, a lot of people are fighting back by filming the racists and recording federal agents engaged in raids. If nothing else, maybe the cameras and the potential for social media shame will remind everybody that constitutional rights still matter. Whether it's a bucolic vacation island or a migrant neighborhood, due process is the law. And a lot of people are speaking out and holding the Trump agents and their MAGA supporters accountable. By the way, Donald Trump has tanked the U.S. tourism industry, and analysts say the cost to American businesses is over $12 billion. The number of Europeans traveling to the United States has cratered under Trump. See all of those charts?
Some Dutchmen say, why are you going? You're going to Trump?
New trouble from abroad. There's a sharp decline in international visitors to the U.S., down at least 14% from a year ago.
It's even worse with Canadians.
The overall political climate, I'm a little more content this year just to spend my money in Canada.
Check out that video at the link below. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.